Hey, what's going on everyone? I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope that all of you are having a great day, and thank you for joining me here today for your daily dose of Star Wars. It's almost been a month since The Last Jedi had its theatrical release, and since then the cast has still been doing interviews, just few and far between now, compared to what it was a couple weeks before the movie came out. In the interviews that have happened since the movie's release, the questions have been allowed to ask for explanations for what has happened in the film, or questions about certain scenes, etc. Rian Johnson has done a majority of these interviews, and in them he's been talking about what it was like to create certain scenes for the film and what the process was like. Rian sat down with the Huffington Post and even went as far as talking about what could happen and the possibilities for Luke in Episode 9. Before I go any further, here's the spoilers will awaken warning, because if you haven't seen the film, the spoilers will awaken. But with that being said, we're going to jump right in it. Rian knew as he was writing the movie that Luke was probably going to end up moving into the Force by the end of the film. Rian was asked about Luke's story arc and why it ended the way it did, and Rian had this to say. When I realized that that's where Luke was going to get by the end of the movie, and when I realized that this was going to be an emotionally rich arc for him, it seemed like if there was time to give him his moment, this would be it. I wasn't looking forward to it. I was kind of dreading it. But at the same time, it felt like the right moment. It felt like the right time in this trilogy. It doesn't surprise me that Rian was dreading it at all, and I don't think that in terms of Luke's character development for this movie, that it wasn't an emotionally rich arc for him, because by the end of it, it definitely was. Luke, from my point of view, in a way ended up being his old self again, and he showed himself on Crate and saved the Resistance. That's more in tune of the Luke we know and love, and I think he went out that way. Although I know that a lot of us still aren't happy with Luke moving into the Force, but hopefully J.J. Abrams will bring him back. And when it came to having Luke in Episode 9, Rian was asked about this and he said, "The idea of having Luke pass into another realm and what the potential could be for his involvement, that seems like it just gives you a whole other realm to get into. If J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio choose to in the next film. JJ and Chris need to do this for the next film. Carrie Fisher has left us in real life, and she was going to be the original focus for Episode 9. Han Solo and now Luke are dead, physically, but Luke could still be back as a Force Ghost to fill the role of one of the big three. And if JJ and Chris did this, and they brought Luke back in a big way, then I think a lot of the fans who were unhappy with The Last Jedi would be back on board for this trilogy." That wraps things up for me here in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. If you want to become a daily coffee drinker, hit that bell down there to receive a notification on your iOS or Android device the second a new video goes live. If you want more Star Wars coffee, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SWCoffeeYouTube. Thank you guys for watching. As always, keep loving Star Wars, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.